The original Optimus Prime toy was discontinued in 1986, which famously led to the character being killed off in the Transformers the movie. But Hasbro would quickly realise they'd made a mistake. Negative audience response to Prime's death forced them to rapidly walk the decision back, resulting in Prime being brought back to life for the final few episodes of the Transformers cartoon in 1987. And a brand new Optimus toy entering development for release in 1988. However, Hasbro's Japanese partner, Takara, felt that bringing Prime back wasn't the right move for their market. They produced a Japanese original sequel cartoon, The Headmasters, and in its opening episodes, the resurrected Optimus was promptly killed again. Then, when 1988 rolled around, the new Optimus toy was reworked for the Japanese market to be a brand new character who just looked like the classic Autobot leader. These are the basics on that new character, the Defender of Earth, Ginrai. Now, before we can talk about Ginrai, I need to tell you a bit about the new Optimus Prime. Like the original Optimus toy, the new 1988 Optimus transformed into a semi-trailer truck. The cab converted into Optimus himself, while the trailer became a battle station. Plus, in a new feature for this figure, cab and trailer could now combine into a giant-sized super robot. This Optimus was a Power Master, a kind of Transformer who came with a partner minifigure that transformed into an engine for his vehicle mode, which, once plugged in place, unlocked the toy's ability to transform. Prime's partner was an alien scientist from the planet Nebulos named High-Q. The figure was retooled and recolored slightly for its release in Japan, adding die-cast metal and translucent windows to the cab, and retractable fists to the super robot arms. But the biggest difference, of course, was how the toy was characterized. For the Japanese market, the Power Masters were all totally reimagined as new characters called the God Masters. Instead of Transformers bonded to alien partners, they were lifeless robot bodies known as Transtectors, controlled by human beings. Thus, in this take on the concept, the engine minifigure was a human named Ginrai, controlling a Transtector cast in the image of Optimus Prime. Ginrai was the lead hero of the second Japanese original animated series, Super God Master Force. It detailed how the God Masters were created by the new Decepticon leader Devil Zed, an energy being who sought to engineer a new breed of super powerful life form by fusing humans and Transformers into one. To this end, Devil Zed stole a collection of Transtectors from the Autobots and brought them to Earth, where he filled them with supernatural power and hid them away to wait until he recruited humans to bond with them. One Transtector in particular had been intended to serve as a new body for Optimus Prime. Disguised as a truck, it wound up at a rental shop in America, where it was found by a young man named Ginrai. The 19-year-old Ginrai was a carefree loner who disliked following orders and being tied down. Feeling stifled in his home country of Japan, he had emigrated to America, where he satisfied his yearning for freedom and wide open spaces by working as a freelance long-haul trucker. When his truck broke down, he unknowingly purchased the disguised Transtector as a replacement. This made him a target for the Decepticons, but with the help of the Autobots, Ginrai learned how to bond with the Transtector and use its Godmaster superpowers to fight back against the villains. Though he didn't want to leave his freewheeling lifestyle behind, Ginrai's strong sense of justice compelled him to help the Autobots find the other Transtectors and recruit more Godmasters to their side. In the process, he also located his own Transtector's lost trailer component, with which he could merge to become Super Ginrai. Still, Ginrai wasn't exactly thrilled when the commander of the Earthbound Autobot unit, Metalhawk, decided to step down and appoint the reluctant hero the team's new leader. The manga adaptation of the Master Force story went even further when it had Ginrai ascend to become Supreme Commander of the entire Autobot army. Later in 1988, the Ginrai toy was supplemented by the release of God Bomber, an Autobot drone that converted into an armoured trailer Ginrai could tow. Produced exclusively for the Japanese market, God Bomber could combine with Super Ginrai, powering him up into God Ginrai. As seen in the cartoon, God Bomber was constructed to give Ginrai the ability to fly, so that he could intercept Decepticon reinforcements approaching Earth from space. It was in this pivotal battle with the Decepticons Black Zarak and Overlord on Earth's moon that Ginrai truly realised the extent of the threat his planet was facing, and finally put his reluctance behind him to truly embrace his new role as Autobot leader and protector of Earth. At the end of the series, Ginrai destroyed Devil Zed with the fiery power of his ultimate attack, the God Fire Guts. But Devil Zed's destruction severed the connection he had forged between the humans and their transtectors, and resulted in the robots coming to life as true Transformers, who then departed Earth to rejoin the rest of the Autobot army in space. Ginrai's now living transtector went on to play a supporting role in the next cartoon, 1989's Transformers Victory. In this series, the robotic Ginrai was fatally wounded by Decepticon leader Deathsaurus, and, knowing that he was done for, volunteered to have his body rebuilt into a new robot, Victory Leo. Victory Leo's a character with his own unique history that I'll look at in his own episode in the future. Ginrai holds the distinction of being the first Autobot leader to combine with another Autobot into a powered-up form, an iconic gimmick that many subsequent Transformers series and multiple future versions of Optimus Prime would use again. 2007's Transformers Animated even paid direct homage to God Ginrai when it gave its version of Optimus a flying upgrade. But even with this legacy, Ginrai himself hasn't seen a huge amount of action since the 80s, always inescapably overshadowed by the more famous, more popular Autobot whose face he wears. Still, he has remained a cult favourite in his native Japan, where a few figurines and model kits of him have been released over the years. The original Ginrai and God Bomber toys were even reissued in 2001, complemented by an orange and red Fire Guts themed recolor available exclusively through Japanese retailer eHobby. The reissue and some of the figurines were also sold in Hasbro markets, but for these releases, Ginrai was rebranded as Optimus Prime, while God Bomber was reimagined as the new character Apex Bomber, who converted into Apex Armor for Prime. However, Hasbro would reference the Japanese character in one notable way. Since they'd lost their trademark on the name Haikyuu by this point, as a replacement, they renamed Optimus's Nebulan partner Ginrai on both the reissue set and in Dreamwave Productions comic books. Takara did have plans for a new Ginrai toy in their Binaltech toy line in 2006, but plans change, and the figure instead wound up being released as, who else? Optimus Prime. After that, it took until 2014 for the first new Ginrai toy to come about, a recolor of the 2006 Classics Optimus Prime figure in Fire Guts orange and red, created as an exclusive for official convention BotCon. The toy represented a new incarnation of Ginrai from an alternate universe. As seen in the convention's exclusive comic, instead of a human godmaster, he was a regular Transformer, the overcautious, combat-ready leader of a team of knights defending Cybertron in the distant future. The original Ginrai finally returned in 2016. This year, a new toy of Power Master Optimus Prime was released in Hasbro's Titans Return line, which later in the year was retooled and recolored and released in Japan's Transformers Legends line as a new version of Ginrai. This figure converted straight from truck to super robot, with no small cab robot in between. And rather than transforming into the truck's engine, the Ginrai minifigure instead formed the robot's head. The Legends line also included a brand new Japanese exclusive God Bomber figure with which Ginrai could combine, allowing God Ginrai to live again. In conjunction with this new toy's release, the tie-in Legends manga continued the story of the original human Ginrai after the events of Master Force, in comedic adventures that saw him acquire a new, even more powerful Transtector and a rebuilt God Bomber to battle the resurrected threats of Devil Zed and Overlord. The retooled Legends Ginrai figure was in turn made available in Hasbro markets in 2017 as part of the Titans Return Siege on Cybertron box set, given the new name Magnus Prime. Most recently, 2024 saw the momentous release of a new Ginrai toy in the high-end collector-targeted Masterpiece line. A brand new figure for the first time not previously released as Optimus Prime. It was a faithful update of the original toy, based directly on Ginrai's appearance in the Master Force anime. Though a recolor of the cab robot, based on the original toy deco, was also available to buy separately. And of course, it was followed by a Masterpiece God Bomber in 2025, allowing the pair to unite into God Ginrai and take to the skies once more, and perhaps finally soar out of Optimus Prime's shadow. And those are the basics on Ginrai. Come back next time to find out what happened when Takara decided they did want to bring Optimus Prime back to life after all, as the summer of Optimus Prime continues. Become a channel member or a Patreon to get early ad-free access.